Okay, and we're back.
Okay.
So let's quickly finish. So yeah, that last one was basically just saying, hey, these horses are wild. They're living with bears, moose, wolves, and so they're basically just like them. And we protect bears, moose, and wolves. So why not protect the horses? And the last sentence.
In its meant yes. In its statement in the ministry said in the clearly pay no role in the adjective measurement of the horse, but does support foster nation planners in the management if it is including.
Yeah. Including supporting.
Supporting station play games and research into well horse and wildlife interactions.
Interactions. Interactions, right? So basically, the ministry, meaning the government, told the people that, hey, we don't do a current role with these horses. We don't do this thing or this thing. We kind of do nothing. All we really do is help the First Nations. Whatever the First Nations are doing right now, so like sterilization, research, wildlife interactions, we help them with that. That's all we do. We don't kill them yet. We don't do this yet. We don't do anything. So don't get mad yet. So they're basically saying, like, we haven't made a decision yet on killing the horses. We haven't made a decision on protecting the horses. We haven't done anything yet. So relax, people. Yeah. I guess I'm a little bit curious. Minority groups in China, does the government work with those groups a lot of the time, or not really? Because that's what they're talking about in this situation, right? Working with a minority group, the First Nations, to protect these horses or to deal with these horses. Does that happen in China or not really?
No.
Okay.
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 What's it?
Sorry, go ahead.
No.
Okay. So let's find another one then.
Find another one.
So here's another one about a famous trading post in Saskatchewan that seems to be disappearing, maybe?
The trading post. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this is a different style. Interesting. The Trading Post, an iconic northern store, is shutting down after 56 years. So they had a big trading post for 56 years, and it's disappearing. So let's find out what's going on.
Okay. Alice and the Alice Phyllis Noble Listom moved to a small community in North Saskatchewan with little more than dust in their pockets, big dreams, and decision. The case
Dedication.
education.
So they basically came to northern Saskatchewan with no money, right? Dust in their pocket, no money. And they had big dreams. They wanted to do lots of fun stuff. Yeah.
They started up the training general store and for trading poster, not knowing that the low blazing trading would still be winning string 56 years later in sick, or that
Saskatchewan.
or
This means
that
Saskatchewan. Yeah.
Saskatchewan. Oh, this means Saskatchewan.
It's the short form, right?
Okay. That it the would come to regard the germ of the north.
Basically, yeah. So they had this big dream of opening a store in this far north area, and who could have guessed that this tiny little store would still be there 56 years later? They're like, wow, we've been surviving a very long time, and it became a gem of the north, saying that it was an amazing store in the north. It's really good there. Excuse me.
They soon scared Rebellion as the worker had stole since he was a child and has been making the incarnate shop for the decades. He's the tormented by his the decision to shut the store down.
So basically, their son took over the store. So the parents worked first, and the son took over for over 10 years, decades, right? And he's tormented. He's like, I have to close down for some reason, and I don't want to. Like, this is such an important thing for my family, but I have to close down. So he's very sad about it and very like stressed. Like he doesn't feel good about it. But let's find out why, I guess.
It's mystery. It's mystery. This stuff keeps me up at night. I do not feel good about this in any way. Sub of form set Scott Robertson.
Yeah, Scott Robertson. Basically, he's saying like, I'm miserable. I'm super sad. I don't feel good about this any shape or form. Like this is horrible for me. Like it's hurting my brain. Everything. I don't want to do this. Yeah.
My head says do it. My head says don't. So,
Basically, my brain is like, this is a smart thing to do. We can't keep this up. But my heart is like, I can't give it up for my family. But yeah.
okay. Despite his inner turmoil, he will close the incarnate shop and retire at the end of the December.
So basically, he's saying that even though he doesn't want to do it, he's still doing it, and he's going to retire in December or end of December, so next year, January.
The store now locally as the trading post in the technically and general store, but it's also an
Indigenous
art gallery Argentina Canadian the Antiques show but could last destination for the twister and outfitter for the campus and people building into the beast.
Yeah, bush, going into the forest. So basically, he's talking about like these stuff he sells, all the special stuff from this group of people. But yeah, okay.
The University Museum operates on time Main the Street Ecolos from Lac La Room, which is on the edge of the
Shield. The Canadian Shield.
Canadian Shield.
It's a giant patch of land that is a lot of rock and stuff, and it goes from southern Ontario all the way to northern Ontario into the north of Manitoba and the north of Saskatchewan. It's like a huge piece of land that is all hard rock, very mountainy, very not good for farming, but it's good for minerals like gold and stuff.
If you want a taste of what Northern Saskatchewan was and has been, you would come to the Libertos and have a look around. She said, Scott Lobetation.
Basically, it's like if you want to see a little bit of northern Saskatchewan, was in the past and has been in the future now, you would come to this trade post because it's very much like from hundreds of years ago we used to do this, and he still does it today. So it's very interesting.
Okay, very interesting. Also, to have the trading post last almost 6 the decades, that pretty much and hit off.
Yeah, so they said 50, 60 years. That's a long time. Trade posts normally last like 10 years, and then they've gotten everything in this area, then they move to another trade post. That's what trade posts normally are. They move around. But this one was able to last 60 years, basically. So, wow, amazing.
Every nook and colony from the red, white, checkered flowers to the seeding is filled with animal wood and bone carving, plating, and portraits. There are old trippers, beaded black jacks are black camp and but each hurling above the required goods and toiletries.
Basically, they're saying every area of this store has something. There's animals, there's wood carvings, there's paintings, there's jackets that are beaded, there's a canoe, there's a regular goods. Everything is in this area. It's just full.
Waiting for a find in the place and northern water is the maintained on the store wells.
So that would be fish mounted on the wall. So like stuff like this, the bird, right? Or things like this, right? Animals. That was all on the walls from the forest.
Oh. Okay. The creating beading lay hair work and other artwork have all been created by local in the South area.
My daughter just came in looking for mom. Mom's not here.
Oh.
Anyways, yeah, basically saying that all these carvings, all these different things are, jeez, my mouse broke. Oh, there we go. There we go. So all these things were made from this area, from indigenous people, all by local people, not from like we're buying it from Toronto and bringing it here. This was all made by local people.
Okay. We like to display some of the best that we think Northern Saskatchewan has to offer. Well, not just buying it and sliding into the milk bag stock low potato.
Buck means money. So they're basically saying like, yeah, we want to show off Northern Saskatchewan. We're not just trying to make money. We're trying to show off that like these are important things.
Okay. You will see the 100 note for their signs of the staff in the store, and the reason for that is we think that staff should get some education.
So
Education.
basically, there's 100 things in this store that they're not selling, but they just want to show it off. They're like, look how cool northern Saskatchewan is. Look at these cool things. We're not selling them. You can't buy them, but look how cool they are. That's what they're talking about. And yeah, if you look around, look, some nice art, eagles, some nice shoes, fur stuff. Very cool.
Oh, this. Okay. Uh, Scottish that Alex started clothing the place more than half a century ago. He worked as the professional for the trader and plays this formal strength relationship with indigenous trapper artists and community members.
So again, Alex is the dad. He started this 50 years ago, half a century, right? And worked as a professional fur trader. He really wanted to get a good relationship with the indigenous people. So he focused on talking with them to get like specific art and specific furs from them rather than just random people.
Alex could read the brave skin like
Beaver skin.
the patched
Pages.
pages of the book. Pages of the book.
So basically, he's like, he can look at this fur and be like, well, this is very good quality. He's looking at it, like he knows everything about a beaver fur that it can easy for him to figure it out if it's good or bad.
He first developed his skills with the uh, station by the
Hudson
company
Bay. Hudson Bay.
Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay by the company, the four trading trainer
Giant.
John him in the Montreal, and then he worked at the post office, a college Canada. A college.
Yeah. So Hudson Bay, if you look at Canada, you know that huge middle part that's all water in the middle? That's Hudson Bay. So that area, all around that area, is where the Hudson Bay Company came. And it's a huge company that traps animals across the whole of Canada and sells billions, no, not billions, well, actually, maybe billions of dollars of fur every year. If you get a Canadian jacket made out of fur, it's most likely Hudson Bay. Most likely.
He spent the summers as the relief poster manager in the different communities.
So he used to be the guy that would go to different communities when that community needed a vacation. So I need to go on vacation for a month. I'm going to leave. He would go there for 1 month, deal with it, and then when the guy came back, he would move to the next community, move to the next one, and give vacations to people.
Scott said that in the Saskatchewan, Alex was stationed northwest in the local northeastern in the Pelican
Narrows.
Narrows and pretty much everywhere in between.
Basically, it's like La Loche and Pelican Narrows is like this, and he's been everywhere in there. He could be here, 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 here. But between these two places, he's basically been everywhere. And that's the picture of the guy.
Oh,
Again.
it's
What else?
gentleman.
Yeah.
After 22 years with Hudson Bay Company, Robertson struck out on his own and became an independent trader.
So after 22 years of working, he opened his own business, basically.
On business. In 1967, Alice and Felix Robertson moved to La Ridge from the Plains operate with there for young children.
Yeah. So 1967, that's when they moved to this area for opening their business.
The Paul Chester and Tiny Shop had La Lodge Grocery. It doubled as their home.
So basically, they they opened a grocery store, or sorry, they bought the grocery store for food, right? And that was both the store and their house. It was the same building for both.
We live in the back of it, no running water, but head for Miss, said Scott.
So basically, in the back of it was where they lived, where the house was and stuff. There was no running water, so they had no real water. There was bad heat because it maybe had not like holes in the walls or something. And it was full of mice, lots of rats and stuff in the house.
That the family was there of something special.
Yeah, so this old, small little building was a very special building to them that was the start of a new business, right?
New business. About 7 years later, the capital was the fading success as the general administrators who also bought for they built a bigger shop on land right beside the general store and named it Lobson Trading.
So this is the grocery store, and right beside it, right here, they built a bigger building.
Oh.
And yeah, it took 7 years from the grocery store to get the big trading post. Yeah, 7 years to get the big one.
The fur trade was booming that time. Northern shippers would take their purchases to the for buyers in the time in search of the first place. The competition was the
Cutthroat
by Alex has the upper had the because of his trading. If there was the forward skin, he could spot it.
So basically, he was really good at his job, so he could look at the fur and be like, there's actually a hole here, there's a bit of damage here, there's this thing, this problem. And so he could get a better price because he could find all these things, where other people wouldn't find these flaws, pay extra, and then lose money later. So, yeah.
People would walk into the store with a big box of fur. They'd be dressed in their best booted jackets, their best
moccasins. Those are those shoes you saw, those traditional shoes. So yeah, basically people would walk in with big bags of fur, looking good, to be like, hey, let's see what I can get. How much money is it?
Okay, there were days we would file that the warehouse full of four. We would ship 100 billets of four. We would buy the headers of wood skin, thousands of bird skins.
Beaver skins, beaver. So basically, they're buying a huge amount of fur, right? This little store stuff pictures. Look at all these fur. Lot of stuff, right? In the back of the house. Again, old pictures.
Old pictures. Alice and Faith work set by set for the 12 hour, pay 7 days a week for years to keep the shop running well.
So they worked a lot, right? 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, no rest, lots of work.
That's the work. You eat, breathe, and sleep to the store. You have everything tied up this business, so you want it to run well. Said Scott, who understand that the decision intimately.
So basically saying that like this is so important for their family that like you have to work super hard, you have to eat at the business, breathe at the business, you have to sleep at the business to keep it going. And his son, Scott, was like, wow, good job, Dad. You're so strong.
Okay, just like my father and mother, I have worked 6 days a week, 70 plus hour a week.
So again, he worked just as hard as his parents. A little bit less, right? 6 days, not 7 days.
Scott has always been the dream to live in the North, but he never intended to make the store his life's work.
So basically saying, I loved the North, but this wasn't supposed to be my life. I wanted to do other things. But I stayed and worked.
I stayed and worked. Because
that's what
sometimes life's funny.
He's like, I didn't want to do it, but hey, I did it. So life's funny sometimes. Yeah.
He left Lodge with his high school sweetheart. After graduating, they went to university with Korean, become a teacher, and Scott opening a
commerce, meaning trade degree. So yeah, basically he did leave for a little bit to go to university with his wife Karen for become a teacher and a trader. Sorry, we are out of time, right?
Okay.
So I'll see you after lunch, okay? Bye.